When asking my students which part of the health and the people topic they would like the most support with in our revision classes, they will usually say Islamic medicine. We're never quite sure if that's going to come up in the actual paper, and for some reason it's an area that usually gets neglected when students revise. Now, I have made videos about the Islamic Empire before, and the visual quality of those videos might not be as clear as some of the videos that I make today. However, they still do the job, so feel free to have a look back at them. But I still thought I would make a revision video, seeing as how paper 2 is only a few days away. Now, I'm going to start off with the fact that the Islamic Empire kept classical knowledge alive. Islamic scholars kept alive the medical ideas of the Roman times after medical knowledge was lost in the West following the fall of the Roman Empire. Greek medical texts were translated in Arabic by Hunayn ibn Ishaq, also known as Joannitius. Avicenna, also known as Ibn Sina, wrote Canon of Medicine, which brought together ideas of Galen and Hippocrates. The book listed medical properties of 760 different drugs, such as camphor and laudanum, as well as discussing anorexia and obesity. It enabled those classical ideas back into Western Europe. The Crusades, which were a series of wars fought by Christian Europeans against Muslims to retake Jerusalem and the surrounding areas, made Europeans aware of the scientific knowledge of Islamic doctors. Many of these books would have been kept in the House of Wisdom. This was the largest library in the world that was built in the 9th century. So by the time we get to around 1000 AD, the Islamic Empire appears to be considerably ahead of medieval Europe in terms of science and medicine. Let's remind ourselves of some of the discoveries that were made. Al-Bukassis, or Abu al-Kazim, wrote a book describing amputations, the removal of bladder stones and dental surgery. There were also methods for handling fractures, dislocations, and the stitching of wounds. In the 12th century, Avenzour, or Ibn Zur, described the parasite that causes scabies and began to question the reliability of Galen. Ibn al-Nafis, who lived in the 13th century, also questioned Galen's ideas. He suggested that blood flows from one side of the heart to the other via the lungs. It does not cross the septum. This was around 400 years before William Harvey's discovery of circulation and how the heart acts in a way that is similar to a water pump. Ibn al-Nafis's work was not recognized in the West until the 20th century. Neither Islam or Christianity allowed the dissection of humans. Razes distinguished measles from smallpox for the first time. He wrote over 150 books. He was respectful of Galen's work but challenged it in one of his books called Doubts About Galen. He was commissioned to build a hospital in Baghdad. He picked a suitable location by hanging out fresh meat. He believed that the meat would take longer to rot in an area that had cleaner air. This was over 900 years before the germ theory. And finally, let's remind ourselves of surgery. Now, I have made videos about surgery through time, which has included some of these key medieval surgeons. Now, Al-Bukassis' work influenced many surgeons in medieval Europe, notably John of Ardern and Guy de Chauliac. He wrote a 30-volume medical book called Al-Tasrif in 1000 AD. He invented 20 new surgical instruments and many new procedures, for example, ligatures. He made cauterization popular. Now, I hope this video has been of some help going through some of the key content of Islamic medicine. If this video has been of some help, please feel free to give it a like, do subscribe if you haven't done so already, leave a kind comment. I know paper 2 is coming up, so good luck with that.